Hello. I accidentally muted the mic. My bad. Welcome to my dorm. This is my dorm so far. Expect it to change in the background. We have Stranger Things, and we have Superman. So, off to a great start. This video is going to be about my experience seeing the Duffer Brothers do a little, seminar talk it's called a master class here at my film school, because if you don't know, the film school that I go to is the same film school that the Duffer Brothers went to, and they were awesome. I'm just going to be going over my experience. I will say right off the bat, they didn't talk too much about Stranger Things. A lot of it was general film advice. So if you're coming in here with the wanting the latest scoop on Stranger Things 5, I'm sorry, but I can't deliver that to you. What I can point you to is the fact that apparently Volume 1 of Stranger Things 5 has finished editing, and apparently it's gonna be crazy. I had a dream about it last night. I was in my dream and I was watching it, but I was also inside Stranger Things, and it was so good, and I was like, oh my god, I hope that this isn't the 4th episode, because I've lost track and I really don't want it to be the last episode that they released in this volume. And then I saw that it was episode 3 and I was like, I could hold another episode. I was dreaming about it. Oh, speaking of Stranger Things though, I got my hands on this. You may think it's a Funko Pop, but think again. Oh shit, no! It's actually Stranger Things house to the Duffer Brothers. The experience was really awesome. There was a lottery to have dinner with the Duffer Brothers, and there was a lottery to get tickets to the master class. And so that's what I was kind of vague posting about, because I wasn't even going to announce the fact that there was a chance for me to have the dinner with the Duffer Brothers, and then I didn't get it, because that's so embarrassing. I wasn't going to announce it before I knew, and I didn't get in, spoiler, and then I didn't get the tickets. I received absolutely zero good news in regards to that. So you may be thinking, Oliver, how did you get in to see the Duffer Brothers? Well, they have a standby line, and it was announced actually at one of the orientation dinners that they would set aside 100 seats, I think, for what they said, quote unquote true fans who were willing to sit in a standby line. And I was like, that's me. I'm a true fan. That's me. I had a hard time sleeping that night. And about 2:30 on Friday morning, Friday was the day of the thing, I went out to go stand in line. There was already a decent amount of people there, but they went directly after an event that had taken place Thursday night that ended at 10:30. They were just kind of in the friend staying up mood. I wouldn't say that they're Stranger Things fans per se. They were really annoying. I'm so sorry. I have to say it, and I know somewhere out there in the YouTube, I know that there was someone else that was recording a vlog that was part of that group standing outside, and I'm so sorry. They were so annoying, and it was really bad, and we were standing outside, and it was 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and I was legitimately concerned that the police would get called on us because we were being too loud, or I say we, because they were being too loud, and I was like, October 31st. Halloween. It was not fun. And as soon as I heard they were freshmen, I was like, and then when I heard that some of them were screenwriting majors, I went, anyway, through the intense kind of test of faith, I got in. I got number 41 out of 100, so top 50%. I fucking did it. My trials and tribulations, I did it. So I probably would have crashed out if I didn't get a number. But you know what? Perseverance and hope, even through misery. Anyone can do anything they want to, ever. And of course, when I was in line, I was like, if this was down to trivia knowledge, I would be number 1. Because, of course I was, because I was pissy and I was sleep deprived. And also there was a group of annoying freshmen. And I had this kind of it's not the right word. I had this kind of realization moment where I was like, you know what? The Stranger Things characters would dislike you guys. like greatly. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't know. Anywho, so then I went home and I took a 5-hour nap and I came back and it was time for the Duffer Brothers. And I was absolutely elated. I was ecstatic. I actually ended up talking to some more people there because I actually tried to sit with another group of people that were outside at like 2 a.m. They were kind of unfriendly too, so I couldn't win. Okay, I feel a need to elaborate by like what I meant by unfriendly. I got there and I went to go sit by the group of the really rowdy people just because I didn't know. I was naive. I didn't know. Like an hour later, I was like, I want to go sit next to this other group of people. They were definitely more tired. There were people sleeping in that group, like on the sidewalk, like brought pillows, like more prepared. Definitely, probably most of them were not freshmen, but they just seemed like way more chill. And there was also another girl who was wearing Stranger Things merch, and like I was like, okay, so we'll have like something to talk about because I was wearing my Stranger Things shirt and pants and socks, like legit, and socks. And I went to go sit up next to them, and I was like, can I sit here? And they were like, okay. And I was like, should I just kill myself? Like, what? But when I was out in the line to get into the Duffer Brothers, I talked to some people that were really nice, and I kind of explained to them that, like, the first thing I said was, like, oh, my special interest is Stranger Things. Like, I can explain what you're talking about if you would like to hear it. Like, that kind of thing. And then kind of this, like, interesting conversation about the lore that, like, they did not know. And then I was explaining more about, like, what was revealed in the play and, like, all that jazz. Oh my god. I had a dream about the Stranger Things 5 trailer. Wait, it's coming back to me. Oh my god, and all the adults were in it, and Patty was in it. I felt like so cool because I was like, I know who she is. Like, real ones know. Real ones know is what I was feeling. So, and I also had a dream that Will was lost at sea, so Lover's Lake Gate is canon, and then the little ship that Joyce took out to find Will that had like a sail and everything capsized. And then Joyce was my mom and I was Will. It was a crazy dream. I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to continue talking about the Duffer Brothers. In terms of the Duffer Brothers, what we got to see was the Duffer Brothers thesis film. So basically the film that they made to graduate from the college, which was also horror. And an interesting fact, it's called Eater, I think it's called Eater. The main character that they casted in that film is actually going to be in Stranger Things 5, and so will his daughter. I've yet to look up whether or not his daughter is one of the, like, main children of the cast of Stranger Things 5. I think it's cute that they're working with him again. I don't know, sue me. They talked not about Stranger Things 5 all that much, but they talked a lot about the film school, things that helped them at the school that helped them in the industry. It's kind of boring if you're not going to the school. But to all those people who are kind of like, the Duffer Brothers are horrible writers, they acknowledged it. I mean, they didn't say that we are terrible writers. I think it was funny because they did kind of say, like, at a point, like, oh, we wish we had taken more writing classes. And I was kind of like, me too. I wish you had too. Well, like, not in, like, a passive-aggressive way, but, like, we all wish that. The whole world wishes that. So, afterwards, there was a picture taken of the Duffer Brothers and the audience. It was a bad day to be short because I was standing somewhat close to the stage, but, like, I am incredibly short. You cannot see me, but I was there. I promise I was there, which, like, absolutely fucking sucks because I'm like, at least I could have been in the photo, but no. After most people left, there was, like, a handful of students, like maybe 30, that went up to the stage, and Ross was the main one that was talking with people. They signed some things, whole deal, like the annoying freshmen were there, like whatever. And like at this point I was like, I just kind of really wanted to thank them. I was getting really emotional. I just want to thank them for the creation of Will Byers. I just want to tell them how much he means to me and thank them for that. And like, I did not get a chance to talk to them. I kind of just like stood there like a starstruck like child. I took one picture I took one picture, and I was just kind of like, had stars in my eyes. I didn't get to say anything to them, but stars in my eyes. Stars in my eyes and hearts in my... No, love in my heart. Hearts in my love. On the walk back, I filmed it. I actually vlogged a lot of this experience, and then when I went to go put it into Premiere Pro to edit it, I was like, I hate this. Like, I am not a vlogger. Like, I'm just not. But I took, like, a video of me, like, crying on the walk back to my dorm, being like, I am so Will Byers, and I'm just so different from everyone around me, and I love him so much. That has been a common theme. So, yes. And that was my experience seeing the Duffer brothers. And even though I didn't get to talk to them, per se, or like tell them anything, I'm not really that sad about it, because the professors that they had when they were at Dodge, which is the film school, still work there, and I don't think they're like tight per se, but they definitely still have somewhat of like an acquaintance with each other. It was very interesting to hear how they work and operate as filmmakers. It was just an interesting experience, and I'm going to try to upload the entire audio transcript of the talking segment with them onto like Google Drive or something, so everyone can go and listen to it. Like, I definitely, like, there's not a whole ton or like even a lot said about Stranger Things 5 in there, but like, if you want to go listen to it, maybe you just want to hear more like general like film advice. And then in terms of other things, Stranger Things 5 related, things have been a little bit quiet on that front, just as like a general update for people who aren't following it super closely. Not a big update. Oh my god, another aspect of my dream just came back. It took place in my hometown for some reason, and there was a building that was there that is not in the actual, and not as actually in my hometown. It is not there at all. It was like a barn, and Finn Wolfhard was going to go there apparently, and he was going to do like a talk about like food and horror films, but then he was going to talk about like the cannibalistic baby eating scene in Stranger Things 5, and I was just kind of like, I'm just remembering it now. Cannibalistic baby eating scene. This is going on Stranger Things Facts Tumblr. I'll try to make videos when I can. It will definitely probably be like this, where I'm just kind of like sitting down and talking. When Stranger Things 5 comes out, it will be during my Thanksgiving break, and then when the other parts come out, it will be during my Christmas break, so I can definitely make videos then. Until then, I'm not sure when I'm going to see you guys again, but I'm most active on my Tumblr, so go follow my Tumblr, I guess, if you want to see things from me. Also, thank you for all the love on my last video. It is overwhelming, and I've stopped looking at the comments because I just can't handle it anymore. It became very overwhelming to deal with those comments. But thank you, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.